Hello Earth signs. So I'm going to be doing our full moon reading. This full moon is called the buck moon, and there's also like an eclipse going on right now. So yeah, there's just a lot of energy, but basically all that means is that this is a time where with the full moon a lot of cycles are coming to an end, and with the eclipse it's allowing us to grow into a newer version of ourselves that's matured based off of what we've put to an end. So earth signs, my Taurus, my Virgos, my Capricorns, this reading is for us, and let's see what we got going on. Ooh, okay. Alright, so, yeah, first card I pulled is the Hierophant card. This card is all about structure. This is basically like a religion card, but in a way where you are seeking doctrine through like a guidance, or like being by a teaching, or like, you know, a rigid authority. You know, maybe for you to finally get on track, you gotta go through a really strict routine where you don't have the freedom to slack off, because once you let yourself go that little bit, you are off the deep end because you don't want to hold yourself accountable. So maybe like abiding by a certain set of rules or a certain code, or, you know, certain laws is helping you stay within a focused mindset, which isn't a bad thing. You know, your path to a certain fulfillment, like I said, has been by approaching this in a more moral and like righteous kind of way, maybe a little religiously, where you're not probably picking up a new religion, but like the idea of how a religion shapes your life is really like affecting you, especially socially as well. So yeah, I think you're just trying to live life right now by society standards so that you can feel like you got it together, and that's okay. But like, you are a unique creature. Like, we are very, you know, malleable individuals. Like, you don't have to do what everybody else is doing just because it's worked for everybody else and that's what seems stable, because I know an earth sign just loves being stable, but you know, sometimes you gotta shake up the table. With the Two of Cups in reverse, I feel like this rigid, authoritative way of living is kind of affecting your relationships, probably especially your love life, because maybe you're thinking, oh, well, you know, before I do the thing, I gotta be with someone, we gotta get married, and we gotta, you know, maybe that's not, you know, and not even just romantically, but like also just like with your friendships, like, you know, maybe you're just like, oh, for me to actually like seek out if my friends are okay, a lot of stuff has to be going on, or like, you know, they have to reach out to me first because I'll help them, but I'm not going to be the one to ask, are you okay? Like, you know, just there's probably a certain way that you're living that's affecting your relationships, and especially, I say love because the Two of Cups is a love card, but you're making the choice. You have two choices, to either tap in or tap out, sweetie. Alright, so are you going to tap in, which is what I think you should do, you know. Also, like I said, balancing these relationships takes two people. This is all about, you know, making sure that everybody in the situation is cooperating so that you can mesh well. And I think that's going to end up leaving you with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, a lot less unguarded, like, or a lot less guarded. So, yeah, maybe you're like holding on to a certain way of living because it's like your comfort zone, where you don't have to hold yourself accountable because this booklet or this code is making sure that you live your life that way. This song is very distracting. I'm changing it, sorry. Yeah. Try to seek some balance in your relationships. If you're not usually the person who's reaching out at first, try and change that. Also, let some of that, like, let yourself go a little bit. You're being a little too strict. Like, you know, you're being a little too all or nothing, okay? Sometimes it can be in between and it can fluctuate off the spectrum. So, you know, don't let yourself get stuck in a way of thinking. And with the July reading, I remember I pulled us, at least Taurus, I pulled the Devil card for us, and that's definitely a feeling, you know, a card of feeling entrapped in something. So yeah, don't let yourself get stuck in old ways while you're trying to grow, because while this system is probably helping you grow, the Hierophant card, you're probably, you know, not realizing the freedom you have within this system. And it's also probably taking you away from yourself, which is taking you away from people in your life. So yeah, you'll end up trying to feel a little less guarded about yourself. You're gonna not hoard so much of your resources and your energy, and yeah, stop worrying about just yourself, because you're okay right now. You've developed, like I said, this system. Now put that into action so that you can show other people that you've changed as well, and how you've changed, and that your actions are reflecting the changes you've made. So Earth signs, I hope that was helpful. I'm going to move on to the next element, which is what, air signs. So yeah, that's what you can expect from the full moon. Have a great weekend. Goodbye.